Anthony, I discovered something. I didn't know that Metro was
over 600 smart trip passes for the commuters of Washington, D.C. and the region to ride the transit system. Local 689 understands the pinch at the pump for our local commuters. And we're doing things to try to encourage the riding public to ride the transit system. It's the most economical, eco-friendly, and produces less carbon emissions in the area. So this is our way of giving back to the community by offering the smart trip passes, and we're asking employers in the region to do the same by subsidizing their employees' transportation costs.
Oh, fantastic. Tell us, you've been associated with this union for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes, I started with Metro in 1983 as a bus operator. For the last 21 years, I operated buses in southeast Washington, D.C. The 4 years that I've been working in the union, I've been working in the capacity of a assistant business agent, and right now presently as the recording secretary.
You've come a long way. You were very active in this union, and I'm always happy to welcome union members, especially union members who've been active in their union, because it's so important to the workers.
And this union has been in existence for, since 1916, so we've been around representing transit workers here in this area. We're a multi-craft union representing bus operators, train operators, clerical workers, track repairs and inspectors, carpenters, station managers, plumbers, rail and bus mechanics, and heavy equipment operators. We also have members who do custodial services, revenue technicians, communication specialists, elevator and escalator workers. So as you can see, and we have others also, so as you can see, we pretty much cover the gambit for labor.
Yeah, and you've covered pretty much everything too. I mean, you've represented the workers.
Yes.
You've handled grievances. You've sat on arbitration cases.
I've done that. I've done that. Also, this is my second round sitting in contract negotiations. As you know, right now, presently, we are in negotiation with the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, negotiating a contract for our members presently.
Mm-hmm. Do you anticipate any problems with that negotiations?
Negotiations are negotiations. You know how that goes. It's interesting. It's give and take. You have to be patient and, just hold your own, and hopefully everything will be okay for our members.
Fantastic. So you've been very active. And tell our listeners about the FAIR plan.
The FAIR plan, it's something that we've been discussing on our executive board. We're trying to reach out to the community activist groups to offer, some form of transportation. Last week, I know at the Metro Center location, there were individuals who were in line starting at 7 o'clock a.m., and we didn't start the giveaway until 12 p.m. Mm-hmm. So you can see the need where people want to at least dump the pump and ride the transit system. There's various agencies who represent, commuters who want to commute and travel to job sites. You have community groups who represent the homeless. I know when I was there last week at Metro Center, I met a gentleman. He was the first one in the line, Tyrone Nelson. He's unemployed. He lives on Social Security, and he's dependent upon the transit system. And if you look at this region, you see, as a bus operator for 21 years, you see the various different types of people who ride the transit system. And there are some people who are in need of the transit system. There are those who ride because it's more economical to ride. But there are a lot who are dependent upon the transit system here in Metro. And it's a very interesting transit system. It covers the whole region, Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. And for the most part, it works, 99.9% of the time.
And, of course, your subway is the cleanest in the country.
It's not only is it's the cleanest, but Our members, they run a tight ship. I'm proud of the members of Local 689, the job that they do on a daily basis. On the bus system, I know the authority operates about 15,000 trips daily. As well on the subway system, 15,000 trips. We're talking about 800,000 commuters on the rail system and about 400,000 on the bus system. And it goes daily without incident. So that's something to recognize.
Yeah. Now, you grew up in the district, right, in Anacostia?
I grew up in Washington, D.C., attended Douglas Junior High School, and went to middle school at Hardy Middle School in Georgetown. And I came back to Southeast. I went to high school at Anacostia High School.
Okay. Now, you have 3 children, and you have a grandson.
I have three girls. I have a grandson who might as well be my son. And can't get rid of him. But that's what life's all about. I enjoy my job as a labor activist and representing the members of this local. We do some good things at Local 689 for our members.
Yeah. Before we go to the telephones, why don't you kind of walk us through the fare plan and tell our listeners what that's designed to do. Seems important. Okay.
The fare plan offers a 10-point system that we're asking people to maximize the value of Metro. This system belongs to the public. It's funded through subsidies from the local jurisdictions. So it's your tax dollars. This is your system. Take advantage of it. We encourage the public to get on the bus and in the train system to, as they say when I was in Savannah, Georgia a couple of weeks ago, dump the pump, ride the transit system. That's what it's there for. Like I say, it reduces the carbon emissions in the area. It's just the most economical way to go. I mean, in this city, you could, on a daily commute, you could spend $25, $30 a day if you're looking at your gas, the parking, not to mention the stress of sitting in your car and being disappointed with the traffic.
And you say defray costs by purchasing a monthly fare card. Tell our listeners about that.
The deferred cost, we're asking employers in the region to, support the transit system and offer the Smart Trip cards to their employees. It's the best way to go. This region, the federal government has a pretty good plan. They defer costs with subsidizing the transportation for their employees, and this is a heavily used system by the federal government workers in this area, and it works for them. So we encourage those employers out there to subsidize their employees' transportation costs by buying the Smart Trip cards.
Now, you mentioned the people having a voice in the system through the Metro board members. Tell our listeners about that.
The Metro Board is made up of representatives from all jurisdictions in the area of Washington, Maryland, and D.C. Those representatives, the constituents out in the public who use this system, that's who you get your voice across as to how you want your transit system to more Smart Trip cards. And we're gonna be out in various locations out in the city. There was some mentioning of 8th and 8th Street, Anacostia. So I would just ask the listeners to just stay tuned, and Local 689 will be in your community helping out.
And you just mentioned two possible locations.
I would love to see us go to the 8th and H corridor to give back to the community. Those commuters in that area, they use the system a lot. There's not if you look around, there's not a rail system close in that area, so they're dependent upon the bus for transportation. So areas like 8th and H, Anacostia, those commuters use the bus more.